Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 8:50 a.m. It is Thursday morning here on KSJE, and we have an extra segment for you this morning because it is almost concert time with the San Juan Symphony. And so joining us once again to talk a little bit about this upcoming concert, Thomas Heuser is joining us from Durango, where the symphony will be in concert in both Durango and Farmington. Thomas Heuser, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Thank you for joining us again. Gosh, I can't believe it's symphony time once again, but here we are.
I know, we haven't had a concert since February, the blustery month of February, and here it is, seemingly spring.
Seemingly is a good description. Yes, sir, indeed. And so coming up is the Poetry in Motion concert, Saturday, April 22nd at the Community Concert Hall at Fort Lewis College in Durango at 7:30 p.m. and at 3 p.m. on Sunday, April 23rd, here at the Henderson Performance Hall at San Juan College. So talk to us a little bit about what you've got planned.
Well, this is a fantastic season finale to this 37th season. You know, we've been talking this whole year with the theme Connect with the Pulse. That's been the kind of overarching theme of this season. And no better way to end that sort of energetic and rhythmic season than with this Poetry in Motion concert that we have planned for audiences in Durango and Farmington. This is some of the most triumphant music, celebratory music that we have for the symphony orchestra. And it's a special event as well. The real highlight of this program is that this will be the first ever double orchestra that we've produced at the San Juan Symphony. And by that, we mean that the San Juan Symphony will be joined side by side with the San Juan Symphony Youth Orchestra. So all sections will be a mixture of the students and professionals alike. And that combination is incredible. Just to hear that many musicians performing with that much energy is going to be exciting. So that's for both concerts, a double orchestra then on the first half. And we're playing music by the French composer Georges Bizet from the 1870s, music from the incidental music, I should say, to the play L'Arlésienne, or The Young Girl from Arles. So this French music is some of the most iconic in the repertoire. Every orchestra loves to play these pieces. There's a number of different songs from different suites that come together that really showcase, again, the rhythmic energy, the pulse that we have as a symphony, and that really gives us that drive, as well as the beautiful lyricism of Georges Bizet, of course, a great opera composer who gave us the classic Carmen opera. So Bizet's music features both that lyrical and that rhythmical side. And that's just the first half, Scott. The second half, to close out our season, is the triumphant Fourth Symphony of Johannes Brahms. And there's so much to say about the music of Brahms. It is both sublime, intense, brooding, but also uplifting and celebratory in nature. So the journey that is Brahms' Fourth Symphony closes out our 37th season.
Wow, quite a performance, right? And I know you're excited about it. I wanted to pick up on this, the double orchestra for just a moment. How many folks will be on the stage here at Fort Lewis College and San Juan College? How many are you expecting?
Well, as many as we can fit. We're going to pack them in. We've got the full complement of the symphony orchestra, which is about 60 players, and I believe the youth orchestra is somewhere between 30 and 35. So we're pushing 100 musicians. And again, it's a wonderful opportunity for the students to have that mentorship and collaboration with their adult counterparts. Of course, a number of the contracted musicians in the San Juan Symphony are students at Fort Lewis and in the region. So some of them cross over that line, but we, by and large, just are so excited to have the young people perform on a subscription concert of the San Juan Symphony so that they get a chance to experience that full orchestra sensation, really the thrill of performing for that large audience. So this is a treat for us. And again, our side-by-side tradition goes back many years, but typically it had been just an auditioned opportunity outside of our youth orchestra program. This is the first time the entire youth orchestra has come together on stage with the symphony. So that's pretty special.
Right, very, very true. And again, as a disclosure, I am a proud board member of the San Juan Symphony, and so it's exciting to see the Youth Symphony again joining the San Juan Symphony. But of course, the Youth Symphony holds plenty of concerts in their own right throughout the year. Correct? I mean, they're pretty busy kids. Youth.
In fact, that's a good segue. We want to mention that they do have a final spring concert of their own coming up Sunday, April 30th. In Durango at Fort Lewis College's Community Concert Hall. And they will be performing again some of this music of the Bizet l'Arlésienne. They've been working on it all semester long, sounding absolutely fantastic. So some of that will be repeated along with music from Holst's The Planets. I believe they are playing Mars, which is one of the great works for orchestra as well. And we have a junior orchestra component to the Youth Symphony as well. So both the youth orchestra and junior orchestra have their spring concert, April 30th, 7 p.m. at the Community Concert Hall in Durango.
Okay, very good. I knew you'd be able to mention that for us, so thank you, Thomas, for mentioning that. The other, just to go back one moment to the big subscription concert, you will be having another musically speaking event next week in Durango, correct? And then, of course, in both Durango and Farmington, about an hour before each concert, talking a bit about the music, correct?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. You know, the Musically Speaking series is a Wednesday night pre-concert lecture that allows us a little more time to delve into some of the musical details of the concert. So I'll play musical examples. Those take place at 6 p.m. on the Wednesday before at the Powerhouse Science Center in Durango. And so then, like you mentioned, an hour before each concert, I have a 30-minute slot to get everybody ready for the kind of history and musical background of the concert that's just about to start. That's always a fun opportunity to connect with audiences who may have gotten to the concert hall a little bit early, but we encourage everyone to come and experience these talks. It's a great way to get yourself ready to hear the symphony performance.
All right, very good. And then, Thomas, one more thing to ask you about, which is, of course, a family concert, which is happening next month in May in both Durango and Farmington. And so briefly, can you talk to us a bit about that?
Yes, sir. I'm so glad you mentioned it. We have this family concert is a great tradition coming up May 20th in Durango at 4 p.m. and May 21st, 2 p.m. in Farmington. This is a family concert we're calling Movie Music. And as with all the family concerts, this is an introduction to the orchestra and the experience of hearing a live symphony for families with children of all ages. And there's a great opportunity to hear movie music here. Some of the scores are more classics like Star Wars and Jurassic Park, and then the more contemporary like Frozen, Moana, and Encanto. So something for movie lovers of all generations, we think. And it's an opportunity for kids to be kids. It's not a very formal concert environment, but still a chance to see some great energy. And I should mention that 1 hour before both performances, the symphony is delighted to bring back the instrument petting zoo, which is an opportunity for kids and adults alike to try out the instruments of the orchestra and to do that in a sort of low-key setting with the musicians of the symphony providing some one-on-one coaching for how to make the best sound in about 30 seconds of each practice on each instrument. So lots of fun things coming up at the symphony, our season finale, our youth orchestra program, and of course these family concerts. And Scott, as you know, it just keeps going. We have a very busy summer at the San Juan Symphony, so please check us out online, sanjuansymphony.org.
Indeed. And I did want to mention the tickets for the family concert are priced at $5, and that's to make it affordable for families to come and enjoy this great music that I'm sure they'll recognize from their favorite movies. And so I think a lot of us forget that some of the great soundtracks to some of these wonderful movies are symphonic compositions.
In fact, it's for most of us sort of the introduction to the sound of the orchestra. I mean, we get that the experience of movies and movie soundtracks and the like early on. And so today, it's one of the best sort of entry points for people to appreciate what a symphony is capable of. And I always say that our concerts are babysitter worthy, but this one, you don't need a babysitter. You bring the kids along. You get to help them experience the symphony for the first time.
Very true. Very true. Well, Thomas, thank you so much. I did want to mention, of course, the big news of the week, which was, of course, that the San Juan Symphony and Third Avenue Arts, that great program in Durango, are joining forces and through the umbrella of the San Juan Symphony. I know you're very excited about all the things that portends in the years to come. And so congratulations on that.
Congratulations to the whole community. I mean, I think this is a wonderful joining of two great music performing and presenting ensembles, organizations. We have so many wonderful things on the horizon with this. And I cheers to you, Scott, and the board for making this happen. It's really historic in nature, and we expect it to expand the musical offerings throughout the four corners that the symphony can provide.
There you go. Well, as we say in the radio business, stay tuned, right, Thomas Heuser?
Brilliant. Thank you, Scott.
All right. Thank you, Thomas. We'll see you at the concert hall.
Thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you at the symphony.
You bet. Thank you. That's Thomas Heuser, of course, the music director of the San Juan Symphony, my guest right here on KSJE Farmington. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.